Hi everyone, I'm Julia and this video will be my TBR for the BookTubeAthon of 2018. If you're wondering about my weird accent, I'm from Sweden and I do read Swedish books along with English books, and my accent varies all the time, and sometimes I'll probably sound very Swedish and sometimes I will not sound Swedish at all. We'll just have to live with that. You probably haven't seen my face before because I'm new here. I've actually filmed a couple of videos which are yet to be uploaded. I'm so excited to be a part of this booktube community, and so when I saw about the BookTubeAthon of 2018, I just had to join. So this is my TBR video. I hope you'll enjoy it. You probably all heard of the BookTubeAthon, but if you haven't, I'll link the original video down below. So, let's get into the TBR. The first challenge is to let a coin toss decide your first read. And I'm not a quick reader. This is truly challenging for me. So I decided to start my readathon with some easily read sci-fi, which I'll probably work through quite fast. So I have two options for that. The first one is Walking Gods, the second part in the Themis Files, or however to pronounce that, by, oh no, I haven't checked out his pronunciation, but it's Sylvain Novelle. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. I should have looked that up. Anyways, I'm very excited to read this. I think Sleeping Giants, the first part, was extremely suspenseful and such a fun read. So yeah, either that or Tomorrow When the War Began, the first part in the Tomorrow series by John Marston. I read these as a 12-year-old or something, which is now 14 years ago. Oh my god, I'm so old. So yeah, but I don't remember barely anything, so I'm excited to get back to those. So yeah, guess this because it has a head on it. This will be heads and this is tail. I found an old euro from Spain. I probably didn't get it in Spain, but anyway. I'm very bad at coin tosses, so bear with me, okay. It is tails, so that means I'm reading John Marston's Tomorrow When the War Began in Swedish. So, Imorgon när kriget kom. I'm excited. The second challenge is to read a book about something you want to do. And I'm a filmmaker. I've gone to film school and I love making movies and I love dreaming about making movies, and I hope to be a professional filmmaker one day. So, I'm reading The Filmmaker Says, which is basically a collection of like quotes from different directors and such, and this is like drugs for me. I love this this kind of inspirational quotes, but still from a profession that I'm interested in, and I think it's gonna be a fun read, and I'll probably read a few quotes here and there during the readathon. And yeah, it's edited by Jamie Thompson Stern. It's gonna be fun to get into. The third challenge is to read and watch a book to movie adaptation. And this is the longest book in this TBR, but I'm planning to read The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks in Swedish though, so it's Den odödliga Henrietta Lacks. It's a non-fiction, and they recently made a movie about it, about her life as well. I don't know very much about it. I think it's about medical research and probably about race as well. I think it will be very interesting to read, and I've had it in my TBR shelf for such a long time, so I better get into this. The fourth challenge is to read a book with green on the cover. I was going through the library trying to find a green book that I wanted to read, but then I decided to read one of the thinnest books in my TBR shelf, which is convenient since this is readathon, and I will try to finish as many books as possible, which is this one by the former Nobel Prize of Literature winner Patrick Modiano. In English this is called The Black Notebook. In Swedish it's strangely called Nätternas gräs, which is like the grass of nights. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know much about this book, but it's fairly short, and I do enjoy some fine literature. So I can't even speak, what's wrong with me? Fine literature. Literature. So for the fifth challenge, is your all's favorite, to read a book while wearing the same hat the whole time. And I do own like 2 hats, if not counting like beanies. And right now we have such a heat wave here in Sweden, so if that continues, I'm gonna need something that covers my face from the sun, I guess. So this is my hat. It's quite warm, but I feel like I look glamorous. Do I? We'll see what book I will be reading while wearing that hat. I'm not sure yet. Some book, at least, I promise. For the 6th challenge, which is a book with a beautiful spine, I walked around the library trying to find a nice spine, and my eyes got stuck on this, which I think is like, it's colorful, it's fun. This is the Meursault Investigation, I think it's called in English, by Kamel Daoud. It turns out, as I read about this book, that this is actually Albert Camus' The Stranger, written from another perspective, which is interesting, to say the least. I read The Stranger as a teenager, so I don't remember very much, but I think I will enjoy this anyway. And then for the 7th challenge, as you know, it's to read 7 books. And the thing is, I'm very bad at planning my reading. I always want to do that, but then I just change my mind and I really don't want to read the book that I picked out previously. So I will not decide that in advance. I'll probably just go with the flow and we'll see what happens. That's my TBR. This is my little TBR pile. I think I've done okay with not picking like books that are too thick, and we'll see how many I do. Normally, if I read like 2 books in a week, I've read a lot. So I would be happy if I got through 3 books, I'll say. But I will really try my best to read as much as possible. My boyfriend is off work that week, so maybe we'll have a lot of time to read together, or otherwise we'll have a lot of activities to do and I will not get that much read. We'll see. I will maybe try to do some other video challenges, I don't know yet. As I said, I'm new here on YouTube and I will not put the bar too high. I just really want to get started and be a part of this whole movement, community thingy. If you feel like you can stand this weird accent I've got, then please consider subscribe, because it's gonna be a fun journey, I think. See you, if not earlier, in 2 weeks. Bye!